Hi, I'm so excited to be with you today because we are starting a brand new science unit and I'm so excited. Our very first science unit of first grade is going to be all about living and non living things. Now, what do you think I mean by that? Living things, non living things? I bet you have some ideas. Hmm. Well, first thing we need to ask ourselves is what is a living thing? What does Mrs. Newman mean by that? How do we know that something is alive? How do we know that something's not alive? We're going to come up with some rules to help us decide if something is living, alive, or non living, not alive. So, the first rule that we are going to use is living things take in and use energy. Just like you guys, I know you have a lot of energy. You can run around all day long. You have tons of energy, and you get that energy from the food that you eat. So, you are a living thing that takes in energy from the food you eat and you use it throughout the day. Now, think about the plants that you see outside. They also use energy from the sun, and they use that energy to keep growing, just like animals, right? Animals also eat food, and they use that energy to go about their animal way and keep living their life. So, one of our rules is going to be that living things take in and use energy. All right, how about the next one? Well, I really want you to know that living things take in and use energy. And the next rule that we have are that living things respond to noticeable changes. So, a really fancy science word for that is stimuli. So, living things are going to respond to stimuli. Now, this could mean a couple different things. Now, if you've ever been to the doctor and you had to get a shot, ouch, that was your body reacting to the pain from a shot, right? So, if someone comes up and gives you a hug, your body responds to that nice, loving touch. Now, outside, it might look a little bit different. Trees, right? They respond when they get rain, when they get nutrients from the soil, they respond by growing up nice and tall. So, living things respond to noticeable changes around them or things that are done to them. Think about the animals around us, right? So, if you are petting your animal, giving it nice, loving touches, then your pet is probably going to respond by starting to relax or maybe licking your face because they're so happy. So, living things respond to noticeable changes in their environment. You guys are doing great. We are going to go on to our next rule, and that is living things can reproduce. Now, reproduce is just a fancy way of saying making babies or making more of the same thing. So, outside, if we have an oak tree and the oak tree drops an acorn, guess what? That acorn has a little baby oak tree seed inside of it. And when that acorn gets planted, it can grow up nice and tall into a big, giant oak tree. So the trees can reproduce by dropping seeds, and the seeds can grow up and do the same thing. Just like humans, right? Humans can have babies. You can reproduce and have more and more human beings, just like animals. Fish. Fish lay eggs, then there are little baby fish. They grow up into big fish who can do the same thing. They can reproduce. The living things can reproduce. They can make more baby things. All right. Next rule is going to be I want you to know this a lot. Living things can reproduce. Let's go on to our next one. All right. Living things can grow and develop. So, this means just like you are getting taller every day, you are getting stronger every day, your brain is growing every day because you're learning new things. So, you are growing and developing. So, that's a living thing. You are a living thing. That's a characteristic that living things share. Outside, the plants and trees, if they get the right sunlight, if they get the right nutrients, if they get the right amount of water, they can grow and develop too. It doesn't mean that they always will. I have lots of plants in my house that did not grow and they did not develop because I did not take care of them properly. They didn't get the right amount of sunlight, they didn't get the right amount of water, and they didn't grow and develop. It doesn't mean that they couldn't, it means that they didn't. So living things have the ability to grow and develop. Now let's go through our rules again. Living things can reproduce. Living things respond to noticeable changes. Living things, what else do they do? Keep thinking about that. And we are going to go ahead and test our ideas again. All right, so we said that living things have the ability to take in energy and use that energy. All right, so here we have an adorable child, and here we have a traffic cone. Let's go through. Does this adorable child have the ability to take in and use energy? If they ate a nice breakfast, then they definitely are able to take in that energy and use it throughout the day. All right, let's take this traffic cone. Can it eat its breakfast and use its energy throughout the day? Meh. No, it cannot. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, it can. All right, let's go on to our next rule. Respond to stimuli, respond to noticeable changes. If you give this adorable child a hug, his body will probably be so happy. If someone accidentally steps on his foot, ouch, his body is going to respond. It's going to feel that pain. All right, let's go over to the traffic cone. If you step on this traffic cone, is it going to feel anything? No, it might get knocked over, but it's not feeling anything. If you give this traffic cone a hug, do you think it's going to be happy? Do you think the cone is going to change? No, definitely not. All right. Ding, ding, ding. Response to stimuli. Does not. Let's go on to our next rule. Has the ability to reproduce. So this child can grow up into an adult and have babies of his own one day. Can this traffic cone do that? No, definitely not. Okay. Our next rule, living things can grow and develop. So this little boy is growing every day. He's developing, he's getting taller, he's getting smarter, his body is changing, it's growing and developing. How about the traffic cone? Nope, this traffic cone is not growing, it is not developing. And you guys guessed it. Living thing, non-living thing. All right, let's go on to our next example. We have a pair of pants and we have a flower. Let's go through our rules a little bit more quickly. Can our pair of pants take in energy and use it? No. Can the flower take in energy and use it? Yes, it can. It can take in sunlight, use the energy from the sunlight, and then blossom and grow. Okay. Next rule, response to stimuli. Well, just like we said, if a big rain comes, then this flower is going to respond to the rain by growing up nice and tall and using the rain to advance, to grow, respond to the stimulus around it. If you step on this flower by accident, it will probably respond by dying because it's been stepped on. It can no longer get the water from the ground and it can't grow anymore. How about this pair of pants? Is it going to respond to stimuli? If you step on it, is anything going to happen? No, probably not. Okay, the ability to reproduce, that's our next rule. Can this pair of pants spread seeds that makes more baby pants? No, that's silly, right? Can this pair of pants grow up and have baby pants someday? No, definitely not. Now let's think about our flower. Can the flower shed seeds that grow other flowers? Yes, it can. It has the ability to reproduce. Last but not least, no, go back, please. Last but not least, we want to see if our living things can grow and develop. Now, this flower started out as a little seed and then it grew into a little flower, and then it grew into a big flower, and now it's able to share seeds and make other baby flowers. So it did grow and develop. This pair of pants did not start off as a baby pair of pants. It did not grow, it did not develop. So, what do you guys think? The pants are, of course, non living. And you guessed it, the flower is a living thing. Okay, now we're ready. I want you to look at this page. I want you to decide what is living and what is non living on this page. Here we have a tree. Is it living or non living? Here we have a stuffy, a stuffed bear. Living or non living? Here we have fire. Living or non living? Cell phone. Living or non living? Screaming baby. Living or non living? Plant. Living or non living? Ninjago. Living or non living? This guy. Living or non living? Surfboard. Living or non living? And this very cute dog. Living or non living? I want you to take a minute and see if you can apply the rules that we talked about to decide which of these are living and which of them are non living, which can take in and use energy, which have the ability to grow and develop, which have the ability to reproduce, and which are going to respond to changes around them or changes that happen to them. Well, let's see. If you said the tree, ding, 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 the tree is a living thing. If you said the very cute dog, ding, 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 dogs are living things. Now, if you said, why isn't the stuffy a living thing? Because it's a stuffed animal, a representation of a bear. It's not a real bear, it's a stuffed bear. If you said this very handsome gentleman who looks like a teacher to me, then ding, 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 you are correct. Teachers are living things. They're humans. Humans are living things. If you said this screaming baby, you are so right on. Screaming babies and cute babies alike are living things. They are humans. They are alive. If you said this plant, you are right again, and you are rocking science today. Plants are living things. Ninjago, not so much. Cell phones? I don't think so. The fire? Definitely not. And the surfboard? No way. Great job. You are doing awesome with your living and non living things. I can't wait to keep learning more with you.